Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Karen and I review perfumes. Today I'm going to talk about my Chanel perfumes. I've never done a Chanel house overview, and so I thought it would be a good time to sort of highlight the ones that I own and how much I love Chanel and some of the things that I find so special and interesting about them. And one of those things is actually the history. So, well, I will talk about the perfumes, which ones I own, and sometimes how I got them and different things like that. I'm also going to pepper in a little bit of the history because I find it particularly interesting. You know, Chanel's been around for a long, long time. Famously, it was started by Coco Chanel. Everyone knows that. So, the way that I'm organizing my perfumes today is I'm going to go through them by year. So the first perfume I'm going to talk about is Coco Eau de Parfum. So this was originally launched in 1984. I'm sure it has had many revamps over the years, but it still remains a spicy rose. There is a lot of cloves and coriander that add to the spice. There's also rose and mimosa and orange blossom. In addition, it's a little bit animalic. It's very big. It's very in your face. It's of the times of 1984 with big hair and bold makeup and shoulder pads. Now, the reason that this one is very significant is because Coco was the first major release by Jacques Polls after becoming Chanel in-house perfumer in 1978. And it kind of set the tone for his tenure. Now, Chanel had been defined for decades by Chanel number 5 and number 19. And with Coco, it sort of flipped everything over. It was a bold, spicy, in your face perfume, and it showed that Chanel could change with the times. I absolutely love it. I just find it so elegant, so striking, so sensual, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Now, the next one almost needs no introduction. Arguably one of their more famous perfumes. This is Coco Mademoiselle. Okay, so the next one is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. This was launched in 2001. Of course, it's Jacques Polls. It's a modern classic. It's fresh, it's floral, and it's sort of loved for its youthful elegance. It was a completely new direction for Chanel. Now, and if you dissect it even deeper, you can say that it appealed to a younger audience. So it really brought Chanel into view for the younger generation that had thought that Chanel number 5 and Chanel in general was grandma's perfume or mom's perfume. And this one became hugely, hugely popular. In fact, it even rivals Chanel number 5 for popularity for Chanel. Keira Knightley was in their advertising campaigns early on, which sort of reinforced its chic modern appeal. And a lot of people still love it. I love it. I think of it as an orange patchouli. That's what sticks out to me, but it's just so fresh and beautiful and elegant. And I don't know, I just can't get enough of it. So that's Coco Mademoiselle. So the next one is Chance Eau de Parfum by Chanel. This was a beautiful, beautiful Chypre floral perfume. It came out in 2005. It also has patchouli and musk. It has vanilla. It has iris. It's very, very musky and floral. There's a little bit of like a kind of a peppery top note to it. So the Chance line was originally launched to kind of open up Chanel to the American audiences. Some of the more classic perfumes were very, very well received in Europe and around the world, but not so well received in North America. So they really wanted a perfume that would be lighter and fresher, more modern, and would be well received in the Americas. It is very, very youthful. It's very vibrant. It was meant to be to attract younger women who wanted a cheerful fragrance rather than a heavy kind of formal scent. This was really important because it kind of showed that the brand could diversify a little bit. They had always had these very classic smelling perfume, and this was a change that helped it break out of the mold. And yeah, I really, really like it. I like the smell of it. It's very fresh. It's very clean. The patchouli is not too strong, and it has a beautiful, beautiful dry down musk. So after that, we have Chance Eau Fraiche. I would say this one is wildly popular. This one was launched in 2007. It has cedar and lemon. There's water hyacinth. There's musk. Lots of iris. There's teak wood. So this is really a fresh floral. To me, I always think of like a sporty gym scent, like something that you can wear that keeps you fresh and clean smelling. I hear this one a lot on social media, on YouTube. It's very, it's very, very popular. It's very light wearing, and it really appeals to a younger and casual audience. You can tell there's a theme going on here that Chanel is really, really trying in this era to sort of break away from its grandma vibes and get something fresher and new. So the next one from 2009, we have Cristelle Eau Verte by Chanel. So this one is a lemon bergamot, a neroli heavy perfume with white florals, jasmine, I think there's magnolia, and then the dry down is a musky iris. So it's super beautiful, super fresh. Really, really, really love this one. You don't hear a lot about this one, but this one is important because it sort of reinvents the classic Cristelle, which was from the 1970s, with a fresher, greener, and more modern sort of floral take on it. So it is a very elegant perfume, but there's a vibrancy to it. And yeah, it's super duper beautiful, and I love, love, love it. So after that, we have Chanel number 19 Poudre. This is a flanker of the original Chanel number 19. This version, this flanker was launched in 2011. So it has galbanum, it has green notes, it has neroli, it has orange, but it also has sort of that iris, jasmine musk that's very, very popular in a lot of Chanel's. Now, this is a bold green floral chypre, sorry, I always say that word wrong. And it was first released in 1971, and it was released to mark Coco Chanel's birthday. And it's interesting that that was her 88th birthday, and she died that same year. But yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful perfume. If you love iris, if you love green perfumes, if you like powdery and aromatic and earthy, you must give this one a try. So after that, we have Coco Noir, Chanel. This one I just got. This was released. I just bought it for myself, but it was released in 2012. This is another spicy, woody perfume. It has olibanum, it has sandalwood, it also has cloves in it. So Chanel, I find they love their cloves. Whenever they make a spicy perfume, cloves are in there, if you ask me. And this one also there's a little bit of vanilla, but I don't really get it. There's definitely patchouli, there's benzoin, there's musk, and there's tonka. Absolutely beautiful, spicy perfume. So Coco Noir is important because this perfume introduced a deeply sensual and mysterious oriental fragrance to Chanel's lineup. So this was far darker, more seductive, and quite different than previous releases. And it just expanded the modern catalog of what was available by Chanel, and it became quite popular as a modern ambery, spicy perfume. I have this 1932 by Chanel. This is part of Les Exclusifs line. I bought this secondhand. This particular one was released in 2013. Now, this is a little bit different too. This is again, what do you call it? A diversion from its normal perfume. So this is actually a floral perfume. It's very fresh. It's powdery. It's white floral. So up top, there's a lot of aldehydes and there's ylang and sandalwood. So there is definitely like that nod to Chanel number 5. But this one is far brighter. It's far more, I would say, floral and just more of less aldehydic, more floral, more bright, more feminine type of perfume. So this perfume was actually a remake of an earlier 1932 perfume. So that earlier perfume was actually done or overseen by Coco Chanel's, and it really captures, it's supposed to capture her elegance, her timelessness as a style. It's very refined, it's very luxurious, and it's supposed to showcase, the exclusive line is supposed to showcase sort of a more artisanal creativity by Chanel. It's less mainstream, a little more unique, a little more high end, and extremely, extremely beautiful. So this is another Chance flanker. This is Eau Vive. This is a floral woody perfume. It came out in 2015, but this is a huge citrus bomb, which I love. It is, there's blood orange, I remember that. There's orange, there's citrus, there's grapefruit. And then again, with the jasmine, the iris, and the white musk, it's absolutely beautiful. It's super fresh, super clean, very, very modern, and highly versatile. And again, it just was trying to capture the brightness, the freshness that the young audiences are looking for. It's a really, really pretty one. If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest you get your nose on it. And now we move in to Chanel number 5 Low. So this one was released in 2016. 2016 was a big year. They had some big things going on. So this is a Chanel number 5 flanker, but this is a very citrusy version. It has tons of lemon and bergamot and citrus and aldehydes. It has mandarin. There's a little bit of yellow florals in there. There's a lot of white floral, a lot of musk. It's super duper fresh, keeping in line with this movement towards younger, fresher audiences. So again, this basically modernized Chanel number 5 with a lighter, fresher, and more youthful recipe or composition. And they were hoping to get their hooks into the new generation, get their hooks into the young, the youth that would discover a love for Chanel number 5 through Low. So it kind of bridges Chanel's past with contemporary trends, but keeping the same basic DNA of Chanel number 5. So another one that I don't hear much about, I almost think it's a little bit of an oddball in the whole Chanel family. It's kind of like one of these things is not like the other. This one is very different. I have had this for a few years now and I blind bought it just based on notes. And I honestly didn't know what to think about it. It's an ambrette perfume at its base with floral and fruity tones. There's also some iris and some wood, but it is such a departure in my view from Chanel. It really doesn't smell like any other perfumes. It's very soft, it's very elegant, and it's very understated for a floral fragrance. But it provides a new option for those who love the brand and want something a little different. I've heard it described as the most misunderstood of the Chanel perfumes, and I tend to agree that it's almost like people don't even know what to make of it. With ambrette, you often get this soft florally musk, and it's quite different smelling in this one. It takes a different turn on the ambrette, but very beautiful nonetheless. So the most popular of the Les Exclusifs line is Coromandel. So this also came out in 2016. This is the third launch of 2016. I've spoken about this quite a few times. This is an ambery, chocolatey, patchouli, warm spice. If you like Mugler Angel, it's sort of in that vein. No, not Angel, Angel Muse. That's the one, the little flat one. It's sort of a little bit like that. So there's a lot of citrus and neroli up top, and then there's a patchouli, rose, jasmine. But the dry down is where the magic happens with the incense and the white chocolate and the benzoin. It's just so smooth. Smooth is the word. This is highly, highly popular, particularly with men, although I think it goes for either sex. I think it's a completely gender neutral, but it is what it is. So overall, this perfume is important because it's very artistic and it's very extremely luxurious. And it sort of blends the oriental woody notes with a sophisticated side that makes it just a stunning perfume. It sort of showcases their creativity. The creativity of the Exclusifs line. And it's very appealing to collectors because it goes beyond the mainstream and it is very, very different. And honestly, it just smells amazing. So the very last one that I own, and the last one, this is from 2025. So this is another flanker for Chance. This is Eau Splendide. This just came out. Now this is completely new. We don't have anything like this, at least that I see. This is a fruit bomb. There is raspberry and red fruits and peach. It is very sweet for a Chanel perfume, but it still has that, again, rose, it has iris, it has white musk. It is very, very pretty. It's a lot like sort of Musk Moshes by Rania J, or even Jimmy Choo Blossom. So it's extremely modern smelling and extremely fruity. This is a happy, sparkly, fruity floral perfume, and it really was said to emphasize sort of optimism and youthful play. And again, keeping in line with the theme here, they're aiming for a youthful audience. They're offering a fresh, energetic alternative for everyday wear. That is where Chanel has been aiming their perfumes and their marketing in the last few years. So there you have the 13 Chanel perfumes that I own and love. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed my little trip down memory lane. As always, if you can, leave me a few words and tell me what your favorite Chanel perfume is. I'd be really interested to hear that. And if you can, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And have a wonderful day.